this live is about abuse, all forms, mental, physical, sexual, bullying within the home, within the communities, within institutions. And we are speaking about the impact of going through some kind of abuse and bullying. And we're talking about how we can empower ourselves in our healing journey. And what does that even mean? And what does that even look like? That's what we're speaking about here at the moment. And going forwards, guys, what I want to do is have a conversation with you, with some of you, invite some of you on as guests, and without triggering and traumatizing the people watching, just have conversations about what it is you may have gone through, what help and support you may have had, and what you feel needs to change, not just in my country, but worldwide, because this is going on everywhere. Case in point, Friday night, I went to watch The Sound of Freedom at the cinema. The Sound of Freedom. It was about child exploitation for sexual purposes. Yeah, that's happening all around the world. It's not one country's problem, it's every country's problem. And The Sound of Freedom, okay, it really brings home how much abuse is happening out there in the world. And I've just spoken a little bit about the impact today, and I will come on and talk about impact more as we go forwards. But also we talk about the impact on all areas of our lives in our podcast. So please go and check them out on YouTube and on all podcast platforms. And if you've got any questions, or if you want to say anything, if you want to share anything, then please just get in touch. Are there any more questions, guys? Because I've been speaking for nearly an hour now, so I need to finish up and just take a moment. Because as I said, this just takes a lot out of you. But I just wanted to really come on here, share my 10-year anniversary for my book, the first one, my autobiography, and just to share some resources with you and just start to open up that conversation. But I really do want to build on this live today and talk about anything and everything to do with abuse and recovery, really. Yeah. I forgot to tell you as well that I worked at the Priory Psychiatric Hospital for how many years did I? Over 12 years I worked at the hospital as a business manager to start off with, and then as a fitness therapist. So my whole life has evolved to who I am today and the job that I do today and where I sit right now. So if you've got any questions whatsoever going forward, drop me a line, guys, and I can answer you. So already the fact that I haven't got any questions, you might just be a bit fearful of asking a question at the moment, or you just might not be, in the right place to ask a question. So just message me privately and I can answer a question in a new live. Lovely. So thank you for your roses anyway. Again, I don't know how all that works, but I'm sure I'll work it all out once I start doing more lives. But I've literally been working at getting my numbers up on my TikTok to be able to go live for over a year. I've been desperate to get on here and speak openly, honestly and transparently to you all, because I feel that there's a real need for a sound, non-judgmental, conversation to be had around all of this. Because watching TikTok for me over the last year, there are a few characters on here that argue a lot, that create a lot of drama, but they don't actually give any help and advice. They don't actually, from my perspective, add value to a conversation that needs to be had. They just a lot of drama and a lot of arguing, and it just creates a lot of stress and anxiety and overwhelm for viewers. So it's really important that we have common sense conversations, stroke debates about both sides of a conversation, a topic, a subject. Yeah, we have that as a two-way thing. We might not always agree. In fact, we won't. We'll all have our own lived experiences. We'll all have our own views. We'll all have our own opinions. But there has to be a way of having conversation and debate without labelling people left, right, or whatever that means. Woke, not woke, anti this, anti that. That's all got to stop. We've got to have common sense discussion and debate. And just because there is one narrative being pushed, why should we accept a one-sided narrative? Nah, that's not in my DNA. I've been bullied, I've been abused, I've been pushed down, I've been silenced. Yeah, I believe in freedom of speech, I believe in body autonomy, and I believe in having open conversation and debate. And if you don't agree with me and I don't agree with you, then that's fine. We agree to disagree. There's none of this, yeah, no hate, none, won't tolerate it, just block, yeah. Open, honest conversation, that is what I'm going to be advocating going forwards. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully I've shared something with you that will resonate with you, that will give you something to think about, that will make you think about your needs, maybe make you think about what it is you want to change in your life for you. Because this is not about anybody else. It's not about comparisons rather. It's not about comparing. It's about you. Yeah. We can only be in charge of ourselves. We can only change ourselves. Yeah. But we can learn about boundaries. We can learn about impacts. We can change how we see the world, and we can change how we respond to the world. All right then, everyone. Thank you very much, as I said, for tuning in. I think I've been on for about an hour. My voice is getting a bit... So 10 years celebration of my autobiography, Through the Eyes of a Child, available on Amazon. But if you go to the website, all of the money that you pay for the book will go to the charity, not just pennies. And if you are looking for recovery strategies, Breaking the Cycle. Yeah, also on Amazon, but also on the website. Last time, www.survivorsofabuse.org.uk. All right, gang, thanks very much for tuning in. And hopefully next time, some of you will feel brave enough to comment, ask a question, or actually come into becoming a guest. All right. And what I will also do, I've just seen down here, there's you can have different hosts. So what I'll do, I'll get my co-host to come on, and we'll do a live as well. And we can have, going forwards, we can have guests on here as well. So lots to think about, lots to grow. But for now, I think I've had you for long enough, for a whole hour,